In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to apply a UV, I think a custom UV map to a model that was previously not mapped the way we'd like. This is pretty crazy. Also, Stitch, shout out to my daughter, loves Stitch. But this is pretty crazy because I didn't know I knew how to do this, and then I just did it yesterday, and I was like, I guess we should teach that. We should make a video. So anyway, here we are in Blender. I've deleted all the items on the right. And inside of Blender, what we want to do is import our model. So let's go import FBX, go to downloads, and I have just downloaded this FBX, and it's Power Washer 1. There it is. All right, so I'm in Power Wash, working on this new Power Washer thing. Got this Power Washer. And the problem is, if I want to apply a cool texture to it, so let's select it, select the red dot. We've got these 3 textures, so let's start by selecting an image texture, open an image texture, and in my downloads I have one texture that I've labeled good example, and we'll open that up. I have a bad example to show you afterward. And if we go to preview, we can see, I mean, it's blue. These two, I want to switch to use the exact same one, so that way I don't have to do the image twice. And so what you can see is, yeah, it's blue. That isn't what it's supposed to look like. That's actually a lot closer to what it was originally supposed to look like. And if I press the swap button here, I can find the default example, which should be ABCD. There it is. And so this is what it originally looked like. And that's pretty cool. It's nice. But if we go to UV editing, how do I select this? Do I need to switch into edit mode? Yeah, there you go. And so now you can see these are the actual UVs. And now if you're not familiar with UVs, it's what the triangles use to map to get the color to look correct. And so, well, let's just say, if I wanted to use my other texture, let's see what that was supposed to look like. You're about to find out why that was not good. It looked okay, but it wasn't good. Let's find the good example. Press open image. It was supposed to look like lightning, guys. Yeah, that wasn't lightning at all. So I'm going to scroll over here, and then we can preview that and see. Yeah, that doesn't look like lightning whatsoever. So to get this to look like lightning, I'm like, is there a spot that actually has some of that lightning on it? It looks like maybe, but anyway, to get this to look like lightning, we need to do a UV projection. And somehow I learned this over the course of the last year with all the requests for like 3D modeling importing stuff. So thank you guys for asking for, all these awesome questions, and thank you to everyone who's helped me learn. I really appreciated that too. So what we want to do is look at it, and I just want to get this working first and then show you some of the other examples. So we click on the UV, and we want to do a UV thing, but not this one. Project from view. This is the one we want. So we click project from view, and boom, that's lightning. And depending on how you look at it and how you rotate the scene, that's going to change it. So if we go to the other side and do the exact same thing, UV, project from view, boom, now that is actually a lot cooler. Look at that one. Very cool. And creates these really nice effects. You can do it with lightning, it works really well. But let's try a bad example. So this is oh wait, there's one other thing. This is really zoomed in. There's so much to show you. If we go to project from view bounds, that should make it fill the screen better. Boom, that's more like it. And now that has fully filled this, so you can see the UVs have now filled the entire texture image. And again, if I don't like this direction, I can do it again, just from the other side, until I get what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll rotate that down a little bit, and then UV, project from view. And what we can also do, interestingly, is if I press Shift, I can slide. I know how to do this on my Mac, so I'm kind of like trying to remember how to move on my, the grab tool. Yes, it's the grab tool right there. So if we slide that down, I'm thinking, what that will do, let's go select everything again. Come on, Control A. Is that it? Switch to maybe Tab. Select Control A. Press, oh, it's just A, not Control A, it's just A. All right, so now let's try that again. UV, project from view bounds. Boom. All right, so that didn't actually change much, but that's okay. There are some other wrapping styles we can try. So let's select, press A again, and then go UV. There's also sphere projection, which I guess like wraps a sphere around it. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely different. And depending on your texture, that might actually look good. There's also a cylinder projection. And so that's kind of interesting, to say the least. There's definitely something to be said for these. There's also a cube projection. And that one actually looks really good. Way better. Way, way better. Like that one a lot, actually. Oh, yeah. That looks so good. And so you kind of got to play with them. And so there's the cube, cylinder, and sphere projections. There's also like some smart unwrapping you can play with. Basically, I just clicked on these until I got what I like. Now, I personally prefer the project from view. Let's go with this. This is the best one I've ever seen, though. Like, this is amazing. I wonder if the rest of my textures will look good with this because, oh my gosh, that looks good. So let's look at a bad example. If we go into my folders here, I have another bad example. Press open image. And even this one looks pretty decent. But it gets cut off in a lot of places. So you can see it's like cut off here, it's cut off there. And so this one's just not a good example. It might look a lot better if these were smaller shapes. But yeah, the lightning obviously, because it's a little bit more organic, looks really good. Let me go download 3 more examples to show you some more examples since this is a whole nother wrapping. And of course you could try a different projection. You know, like if we went from this angle and hit UV project from view. I gotta select it, of course, press A, UV project from view, boom. Now it looks good from this perspective, but the moment you rotate, things start to get a little wonky. Actually, that's not bad. So if you have a specific texture you want to use, you might be able to play with it till you get it just right. Let's go back to UV cube projection. And I don't think I saw it change. Oh, right, I gotta click on it. Press A, UV, cube projection, perfect. All right, pausing. And if I haven't said it enough, I really have to give a huge thank you to Galactic for getting these textures. They are so good. Let's swap out with the zebra texture. That is the next one. And so we can see what the zebra pattern looks like. And I think this was the reason I didn't actually end up using the cube projection because too many of the lines didn't line up. But now that I'm looking at it, I think it's a lot better than I thought it was. It's not perfect, but it's really good. I actually might use this cube projection. I was going to use the UV project from view, but what you'll see that happens on the UV project from, oh, I gotta select it, of course, press that, press A, UV project from view. Oh, actually, that does look really good, doesn't it? See, on the top, though, it just stretches the texture. And so then on the back, it's a reflection. And it looks really good from the sides, but from the top, you just get banding. And so I'm still kind of conflicted because they're both looking pretty good. Let's open up another one of the examples. We have, what did I name the next one? I think it was Galactic. Boom. Yeah, look at that one. That is gorgeous. Of course, at the top, it gets stretched, so it doesn't look nearly as good at the top. But let's see what this looks like. And at the bottom, you can really see that. Let's switch back to the, I have to click, press A, press UV, cube projection, and boom. I think that looks better. Oh my gosh, I think that looks so much better. Wow. Well, look at that. We've improved upon what I learned yesterday. This is so great. So anyway, I think that's where we're going to wrap today's video. You've learned some cube projection. Wait, we can't stop there. Some of you might not know how to bring this into Horizon. We better do that. Okay, I will. But yeah, this is so cool and exciting. So let's go ahead and bring this weapon in, this design. And so what we're going to do here is rename this and call this Galaxy. And we're just going to use a standard texture. So I've just called it Galaxy. Realistically, you don't even need to do this though, especially if you've got multiple textures like what I'm showing here. So let's export FBX, drop this into my downloads folder because I'm just being chaotic today. And then we're going to name this one Cube Projection Power Washer. Press export FBX. Okay, now that that has been exported, we can jump here into Horizon. And I've got a world I've been working on, so I'll just come on in here. We're working on adding new cars for the competition before before tonight, because tomorrow I work all day and Ash is busy. So losing one day, but that's okay. Let's go. Come on, Horizon. I literally had to pause it because that was such a long wait. Okie doke, here we are. Look at these cool cars we're working on. Very fun. But that's not what we're here for. We're going to bring in a new model. So we go to My Assets, Add New, 3D Model, turn off Preserve Offset Pivots, choose File on Device, go to Downloads. We've got our Cube Projection Power Washer. Press Open. And I'm not even going to add the texture because, like, you don't need to. Like, this is so great. I love the newest Horizon. Now, you could have uploaded the texture, but anyway. Now, when I go to upload textures, there's one problem with these textures that I have, and you'll see that they're not here. Now, the reason is because these have to be PNG files. And to get these to be PNG files, I'm going to open up my folder window here. We're going to go down to Downloads. We're just going to do one, but imagine you did this for all of them, right? So just kind of repeat. So once you have your file open on Windows specifically, there's a 3-dot button, and then you can click Save As to change it from a JPEG. Drop down, select PNG. We'll keep the same name, put that still in Downloads. Chaos continues. Pressing Save, closing. We should now be able to select that in Horizon. So add new texture, choose file on your device, galactic example, press Open, and import. All right, that should only take a second. While it's importing, we'll pull out the bland version, and there it is. And so as you can see, this is kind of like the default washer, and we can even change the color, which is what we do in Power Wash, is we just kind of tint everything. So let's select a color, come on, Horizon, and then change the tint strength to 1, and now we've got this cool little purple. Unfortunately, it needs a base texture, so I don't know if I've got a really good base texture uploaded right now. I really don't think I do. Oh, like this might work. Okay, so like that could be a base texture, and so it gives it some kind of like depth, you know, it's not so basic, and then you can change the color and do whatever you want. So anyway, let's turn off the tinting, go back to default. You can click here to reset back to the base texture, and now we're going to select our new galactic texture that we were using earlier. Boom. And voila, look at that, it's gorgeous, it's so gorgeous. And we're done, and you could just like duplicate this and then apply another texture, Control D. And so you don't need to upload with different textures now. We have this select texture button, and it's pretty sweet. So like, let's see how this one looks like. Oh, not bad, not bad. Look at that, I didn't even intend to use that one, might still. So cool, so cool. So anyway, there was one last thing I wanted to tell you about. If you've been going to use the public asset library I've been uploading, but some of the scripted ones are not working, when you pull this out, I have been informed that, let's see, press OK. I should really record this as a separate PSA video, but just so you've got this right now, when you pull this out, the script is missing. So if we select inside the group, select the UI, you'll see it says broken reference. And then if we go to scripts, create a new script, call it delete, and then wait for that to appear, then click 3 dots, open external editor. I guess once you open this in VS Code, you can just hit, yeah, I trust the authors, allow. Then we can click close, and then delete this. Someone told me this is how to bring back the script. Why is this not bringing back the script? I don't know how long this takes. I mean, it didn't work. Scripts. Maybe I missed some step. Create new script. Another test. Okay, guys. Somebody needs to give me the full details of how this works. Does there need to have already been a script in the world or something? You have to go to the gear settings icon. Delete. Enter. Settings. Console. I'm not really sure. 3 dots, open external editor. Was it some bug in VS Code? Because we were getting red underline in here. Collapse some of this. Everything looks good. Control save. Do I need to make like a space bar? Control save. Send a saving through. Does that do anything? I don't see anything happening at all. Recompile all scripts. Well, this is an interesting end to the video, so maybe still don't pull things out of the asset library as it doesn't appear that they get fixed. I'm like, maybe if I left and come back, I'm not going to keep trying things. If you know the process to fix this, leave a comment so I can make a PSA, because right now, any scripted item you bring out is going to come out broken, and you have to go and download it. The link is in the description. Like, there's the Vidyuu Assets on Google Drive, and that does work. So yeah, for whatever reason, that does not work. Okay. And without further ado, we'll leave off there. Cool guns, cool things. Have fun, guys. I have nothing else to say. Hope you have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye.